Alright, so everything is dry now. Everything is set. Everything feels nice and smooth and clean. And so now comes the fun part of laying out the area for the gemstones. I'm not 100% sure if I want to do the gemstones. Let's use this one. It's not sharp enough. All right. A little bit of water. Oh, too much water. Yeah, so I'm not 100% sure if I want to use the airbrush to lay the color out or, you know, do it all by hand. I really don't feel like doing it all by hand, but, you know, I might if I have to, right? Move you out of the way. I don't know. I guess this is probably just me, another instance of me trying to take the easy way out of doing this. But I also want to do it fairly quickly because I do want to get this thing, you know, ready for the tabletop. Because the faster I get it done, the faster I can play with it. Seems to only make sense, right? Again, I'm laying out black on top of each of the gemstones, just so that it provides a nice little border for whatever color I end up filling in that space. Which is going to be, who knows. If I do these by airbrush, I am going to have to mask off everything. I had an idea of doing it by airbrush, and essentially it was going to require a very minimal amount of masking. But now, I don't know. And the same with the chevron idea. I don't know if I feel like doing chevrons anymore. I'm kind of liking it just bare red. Initially, I was going to highlight these to this, you know, weird symbol right here, but I don't know. Again, I don't know if I need it because then the whole thing just starts to feel very, very busy, and I'm not about having very busy models. I don't care for that. I'd like the paint jobs to be, you know, mostly simplified and, like a whole lot of, you know, crazy crap going on my models. But that's just me. And so sometimes even when you're airbrushing, you do have to take care of some of the slightly boring stuff, like getting areas prepared for whatever you're going to do next, you know. Such as what I'm doing here is getting the gemstones ready. I am going to do the gemstones. I'm just not sure how I want to go about it. If I want to airbrush them or if I want to hand paint them. If I hand paint them, then I got to wet blend it, and that means I got to, you know, for a larger surface like this, I want to use a a retardant. And so that means I'm going to bust out the retardant, mix it all up with my colors. I don't know. It sounds like a lot of work. And I'm whining, but I mean, I don't know. Maybe I'm just whining. I should just stop whining and just get it done, right? Well, that's what I'm trying to do. Even with the big gemstone filled in black like this, it looks kind of cool. Just a big black gemstone in here. I need more paint. I do need more paint because I gotta redo the pedestal here. Oh, what do I feel like doing? I don't know. I don't know. I should have paint on my hands. There's paint on this finger though. Freaking black paint gets everywhere. Best way to mask these off. Silly putty? No. Not silly putty. I mean, I could brave it and not mask. Just come in my hand and do it, but why play with fire, you know? I know, pretty boring, right? It's like big whoop is laying down black. But you know what though? It wouldn't be the Airbrush new if I didn't do the gemstones with the Airbrush. Would it? No, I suppose it wouldn't. So then I may as well do it by Airbrush. If that is the case, yes, I think it is. I think it is the case. Well then. Okay. Okay, let me figure out something. Okay, so I came up with an idea here for how I'm going to do the pedestal. I took my little plastic card here that I use for airbrushing and stuff. Cut out a little notch here, just for the gemstone. Just like so, it'll sit like that. But I think I'm going to take green tape and mask off the top section. And so that should keep it all fairly organized. And do little chunks at a time here, just so that I get a nice even seating. Could have just as easily used something like silly putty as well, just to do this, mask this stuff off. Doesn't have to be quite perfect, just as long as it's away from that section there, like that. This piece is a little big, but oh well. Again, I'm not too worried about how far up it's going, or how far down it's going. Sort of like that. That should be enough to protect all the bits. And then for the shields themselves, I was toying around with the idea of cutting a notch out of this. Similar to that. Basically just cut a hole out and just place it over the model. But then I thought, well, why don't I just take some green tape, apply it right over to the top, and then just trace out the ring. And so I think that's going to be the easier route to go. But this tape is too thin. I'm going to see if any of the boys got thinner tape. So I scared up some larger tape. This is like almost 2-inch tape, I think. And then masked around the gemstone. I think it kind of works for the moment. Not entirely as easy as I thought it would be, but could be going about it in the wrong way, I think. Of course, whenever you are masking, it always is a process. Of course, too, whenever you're using masking, especially masking tape that you're not familiar with, you're always afraid of pulling off some sort of paint or detail or something along those lines. Where's my handy dandy brush for this job here? So again, just trying to work out where that little nub is. Next tricky part becomes peeling the tape. Fingernails are not long enough. Let me scratch down to the plastic too. Dang it. Which means we have to come back over that area again. With the pulled off the entire thing. Frick. Oh, I don't like this. Yeah, it's pulling away the damn paint job. Oh. Dang nabbit. I don't like that. Frets. Frickin' did it over here too. Look, I just pulled all that away. Son of a beehive. Well then, I guess I'm doing it by hand. Lesson learned, kids. As I mentioned before, you know, you use a masking tape that you're not familiar with, and son of a gun. That really chaps my ass now. Mainly because I gotta come back over and do this crap by hand now. Crap. Yeah, I'm gonna have to paint all these gemstones by hand now. Frig. But first I gotta fix these pieces here. Well, I already have this guy out, so I might as well just see if I can reseal this thing here. A couple drops of gold. See if we can't build that back up again. Son of a gun, son of a gun, son of a gun. I'm kind of really pissed off now. Anyway, I'm going to flush this and then continue on fixing these things. Alrighty, so I've loaded up some Cantor Blue Citadel Air, and I'm basically going to start just roughing out some of these highlights on here. A little bit dry tip here. And of course I wanted to see if I could hit the gemstones with just the brush, and I can, so I already started on a couple, and I'll do a couple more here. I guess I could have mentioned too that I switched to my Renegade Chrome as well. In case some of you guys didn't catch that. Dry tip strikes again. And there we go. That's the gemstones all done. There it was masking off and trying to be all careful and delicate. Little did I know that I could get it done just by using this brush. And there's still lots in there, so I can rinse this out and then move on to the next color. So next I'm going to use Temple Guard Blue from Citadel Air. That's quite a bit poured in there. Put this back down so I don't have to go too far. And this time I think I will use the shield. How does that look? I don't think it looks too bad. this up a bit. Freaking dry tip. Oh man, just quiet and just concentrating real hard here. Dry tip, I hate the dry tip. Okay, time to flush that color and then move on to the next. So I poured off the excess of the blue in there, but there's still like a little bit in there. So I'm going to throw in white into this mixture, making it probably a 2 to 1, 3 to 1, whoop, lots. This is really light. It's a lot lighter now. Yep. Good, good, good. And so that's because we mixed this mix ratio, there is nowhere to pour it if we have too much. So there'll be no conserving paint on this one. Basically, all I'm gonna do is I'm gonna place like a little spot right in the corner, just to get a little more brightness. Man, that dries up fast. So we'll try it on the big pieces first. Big pieces being this big pedestal piece. I am going to put my stencil down. Try to find the right optimal angle. Just like that. as the camera can see. So now the trick is to do the same thing on all the little stones that I've already established here. It's not going to be terribly easy, but give it a shot anyway. Just like that. And walls. Okay, that's that. Next is the spot highlights. Alrighty, so I pulled out the masking. The gemstones look pretty darn good here. I'm just going to grab some white scar. Use the regular white scar, not the airbrush white scar. I'm wondering though, you can see a bit of black here on these guys, but you don't really see it on these guys. I'm wondering if I should come in with a bit of a darker blue or even black into that corner. Ah, crap, I'm gonna have to. Okay, so not that yet. Let's have it on black. Have it on black. Alright. We're coming in with Abbott on black first on these guys. Really shouldn't take too much. That's probably too much. Alright, let's see how she's spraying. Oop, too watery. Too much. There we go. That's the paint. So we can't draw this back too far. Let's start with our first piece here. Just like that. Okay, there, see? Easy as that, and it got a lot more contrast going on in each of the gemstones, which looks a lot better than before. Now to rinse this guy out again, and carry on. Alright, next I'm going to hit the blue areas with Baharoth Blue Edge. This is just to firm up some of those little highlights in there. Also create a little bit of little spots. Kind of like the opposite of what we do with the white lights. We're going to do with the blue. So, let's quickly grab my detail brush. Not really thinning this down to anything because we're not really going too far with it. And then really quickly here, I'm just going to go boop, bloop, 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 bloop. Again, boop, bloop, again, this is all really just to solidify. Oh, it's too much water. Solidify that highlight down on the bottom, and then we're going to come in with white after, and we're going to do the same thing. Now we're going to come in with the white scar. Slap a little bit onto the palette. Of course, pull some excess goober from the jar itself. Okay. And same as before. Go 1, 2, 3. Doing 3 little dots. I go one big, then one smaller, and another smaller. And then one big, smaller, smaller. And then one big, smaller, and smaller. Like that. I imagine it's probably not terribly easy for you guys to see, but you'll probably see in pictures and such I'll post online later on. So, 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. I'm just counting along just to say something. I mean, I don't actually have to count along. I can count in my head. Not that I'm a crazy person or nothing. One, two, three. One, two, three. There you go. That's it. That's the walls. I just gotta seal those, and I think I'm done. I was gonna put some decals on. I may still yet. If I do, I'll probably show that. But I'm gonna switch out the hoses here, grab some future floor shine, and yeah, I think that'll be it. Cool. I'll bet you guys didn't even think I was going to get this done, did you? Okay. Alright, back in a minute. Alright, so let's get our future floor shine ready. We don't have to lay too much down because we're just concentrating just really on the gemstones. And of course the little boo-boo on the front two wall sections that got a little bit messed up earlier. We don't need that much future, because we're not spraying that much. Well, I guess I'm not done because I still got to do the guns yet, and yeah, so I'm not done, but I'm getting close to done and done. That's it. Let's give him another coating, I guess. Alright, done. That's it. The wall sections. You see, I'll have little gemstones painted in them. And they all look pretty groovy. And yeah, I'm really happy with how it looks. I don't know if I'm going to throw, well, I'm probably going to throw, I think, a Samhan transfer on there. Want to wait till everything is dried and solid and such. But, oh yeah, well, he definitely got to get one in there. Yeah, I'm not done the turret, because I still want to do the guns and put the Samhan logo on the on the little front shield here. So there's still a little bit of work there to be done. But otherwise, the walls are done. And so now they're ready to be played with. Yay! And there was much rejoicing. Alrighty. Ta-ta for now, I think. See you guys later.